Hello guys, welcome back to my learning. Today we are learning class 10th biology chapter reproduction. We have already covered the sexual reproduction in previous lecture. In this video, we will cover asexual reproduction in detail. But before starting, let's recall what do you actually understood by reproduction. You know, reproduction is a process by which living organisms produce their babies of own kind. You also know that reproduction preserves the species of organisms. The continuity of life on Earth from the origin to the present day has been possible only due to reproduction. Students, you must be aware of the two types of reproductions, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So let's start our learning of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is the reproduction which involves the production of genetically identical babies from a single parent without the fusion of gametes. You can mostly see this type of reproduction in unicellular organisms like bacteria or protozoa, and some plants like fungi or algae, and in multicellular animals like hydra. Students, look into the chart showing various modes of asexual reproduction. You can see there are 6 different methods of asexual reproduction. We are going to study each method in detail. The first asexual method is fission. In fission, parent cell splits two or more equal parts. You can commonly find this method in unicellular organisms like amoeba, yeast or bacteria. Fission is divided into two parts, binary fission and multiple fission. So let's start learning of binary fission. In binary fission, parent cells divides into two equal parts as you can see in the image. The two daughter cells are its offspring. You know, amoeba reproduces by binary fission. You can see the image of adult amoeba on the screen. See students, first adult amoeba lengthens its nucleus to maximum size and then start dividing into two equal parts. After the separation of nucleus, the cytoplasm of the cell starts dividing into two equal parts, one part around each nucleus. Remember it, splitting of amoeba can take place in any plane. It means it can split itself from any direction. On the other hand, unicellular animal like paramecium, as you can see on the screen, having short hair-like structure called cilia, split itself into two parts in horizontal plane. Fully grown paramecium divides itself from the horizontal axis. It first divides nucleus followed by the division of cytoplasm. See students, the next organism which I am going to explain will be new to all. You have not heard its name. I am talking about the single cell organism Leishmania, which is a parasite. You all know parasites are the organisms which live in the body of other animals and take their nutrition for survival. Leishmania causes disease called Kala Azar. You can see Leishmania have a long thin hair called flagellum at its one end. Splitting of parent Leishmania take place in longitudinal plane with respect to flagellum, so that the both daughter cells have flagella with them. So let's study the subclass of fission, that is multiple fission. In multiple fission, parent cell divide into many small equal sized offspring. Nucleus of cell divides repeatedly, producing many nucleus as you can see in the image. Later on, each nucleus gets surrounded by cytoplasm. It occurs in malarial parasite called Plasmodium. Plasmodium is a disease causing microbe which causes malaria. And sometimes it can be seen in amoeba. Multiple fission only takes place during favorable condition. Under unfavorable condition, daughter cell which are formed from parent develops a protecting covering which you can see. It is known as cyst. And when favorable condition arises, cyst, that is the cyst, the protecting covering breaks and small offsprings are released out. Let's proceed the next asexual method, budding. In budding, new individual produces from a small outward projection on the parent body, as you can see in the image. It occurs in multicellular organisms such as Hydra, yeast, and some protozoa. Let's learn how budding occurs in Hydra. It is the first image. Look into the figure. You can see a small outgrowth bud formed on the Hydra body. This bud slowly grows to form small Hydra having a mouth and tentacles, the hair-like structures. At this stage, baby Hydra separates out from the parent body and start leading an independent life. Student, look into the another image. You must have seen this in your lower classes. It is yeast. Buds start appearing on the outside of the parent body. Nucleus of a parent yeast divides into two parts. One part moves into the young bud while other part remains in the parent yeast. After attaining maturity, bud separates off from parent. Students, remember that budding in yeast is fast. Sometimes first bud start developing its own bud before its detachment from parent, resulting in a chain of yeast cell, as you can see in the second image. Third asexual reproduction method is spore formation. Students first understood what is a spore. Spore is a single or many cells reproductive structures that separates from parent and give rise to new individuals. Spore formation is common in fungi and bacteria. Let's take the example of bread mold, which is a fungi. During the growth of fungus, bread mold develop small bulb-like structure at the top of it. You can see it in this picture. These round structures are sporangia or sporangium. Inside each sporangia, nucleus divides many times, gets surrounded by cytoplasm to become a spore. When sporangia burst, spores are released in the air. Spores are light and small, easily get dispersed by wind, water or animal. Spores germinate into new individual only under favorable condition. Students, you know the favorable conditions to grow for fungi is warm and humid climate and dark surrounding. Regeneration is the next asexual method of reproduction. Some simple animals like planaria or hydra have the power to regrow its lost part of the body. They can easily give rise to new individual from their body parts. See the picture of planaria. Planaria gets cut into pieces. Its each piece grows into a complete organism. Same you can observe in hydra. However, regeneration is not the same as reproduction since most organisms cannot regenerate their lost body parts. Next method is fragmentation. It can only be seen in multicellular organisms having simple body organization like green filament, ribbon shaped Spirogyra, which is a algae. Here, simple body organization means the body is not differentiated into tissue and organ. Spirogyra reproduce by breaking of their body into small pieces called fragments, and from each fragment they grow a new plant. Vegetative propagation. It is the asexual method of plant in which new plants are formed from root, stem and leaves rather than seeds. It is seen in those plants which have lost their capacity to produce seeds. It can be seen in banana, rose, grapes or pineapple because they all are seedless fruits. Vegetative propagation is of two types, natural as well as artificial, as you can see in the table. Natural vegetative propagation. It means plants which reproduce on their own without the help of human being. It can be done with the help of leaves. Just look into the picture. It is of bryophyllum. Leaves of bryophyllum plant have special buds in their edges or corners of their leaves, which you can see in the picture. Buds get separated from the leaves, fall on the pot or a ground and grow to produce new bryophyllum plants. Natural vegetative propagation through stem. Potato, ginger, onion have underground stems which have buds on their body. When these are planted, various buds start growing to form new shoots under favorable condition. And by roots. You must have ate sweet potato, but did you know that sweet potato is a root tuber? Its root have special buds which develop into shoots under favorable condition. Now the last topic of today's class, artificial vegetative propagation. It can be achieved with the help of a man. These are of three types. The first method is cutting. In this method, small part of plant or stem having a bud, at least a bud is required, is cut with a sharp knife and lower part of cutting is buried gently in the moist soil. After few days, you can see the cutting develops roots and grow to new plant. Cutting can be performed in rose, sugarcane, banana or cactus. Advantage of cutting is new plants are produced quickly without waiting for flower and seeds. The next method is grafting. This is a method of obtaining a superior quality plant with two different plants by taking root system of one plant and shoot system of another. The cut stem of plant having roots is called stalk. You can see in the image. And cut stem of plant having only stem and leaves is called scion. Remember one point, stalk and scion are always cut in a slanting way, not in a horizontal way. Slanting cut help in joining and fitting the stalk and scion together easily, and then it ties with with a piece of cloth or a tape and covered properly with polythene sheet to prevent plant from infection. The cut soon heals and stalk and scion become one plant. Scion continues to produce original leaves and flowers and fruits but gets water and minerals from stalk. It is used by farmers to grow superior quality plants such as mango, apple, guava and pear. Layering. Layering is practiced in plants having flexible branch like jasmine, lemon, strawberry or guava. In this method, flexible branch of a plant is pulled towards the ground and covered it with moist soil. The tip portion of branch is left exposed to air which develops leaf as you can see in the image. The part of branch below the soil start developing advantageous roots. Then the branch is cut off from the parent plant and branch grows into an independent plant. I hope you learn something amazing in this class. We will continue the remaining portion in next class. Thank you students.